Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into history's wealthiest figures. Not just modern billionaires, but people whose fortunes, adjusted for inflation, dwarf today's tycoons. These are the richest people to have ever lived. We begin in the 14th century with one of the most famous names, Mansa Musa of Mali. Mansa Musa is often called the richest person in history. His wealth came from Mali's vast gold and salt resources, estimated at about $400 billion in today's money. On his famous pilgrimage to Mecca, he traveled with a huge caravan. His lavish spending and generous donations were so large they destabilized local economies. Contemporaries recorded gold markets severely affected by his generosity. Mali's wealth under Mansa Musa also funded learning in cities like Timbuktu. His reign left cultural and educational legacies, not just riches. When adjusted, his fortune is one of the largest ever recorded. Next, the first Roman emperor. Augustus Caesar, Rome's first emperor. He controlled the wealth of a vast empire. At one point he had personal access to roughly a fifth of the world's economy. That's roughly equivalent to $4.6 trillion today. An unimaginable fortune even by modern standards. His power was economic as much as political. Fast forward to the industrial age. John D. Rockefeller, the oil tycoon who became the first modern billionaire. At his peak his fortune equaled about 3% of US GDP. In today's terms that's around $400 billion. His business reshaped industry, and his philanthropy shaped institutions we still know. His rise marks the birth of the modern corporate billionaire. Even today, comparisons are common. Next, the steel magnate Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie made his fortune in steel. After selling his company to J.P. Morgan, he amassed vast wealth. His fortune is estimated at about $310 billion today. Unlike some peers, Carnegie gave away most of his wealth, funding libraries and universities. His legacy lives on in public institutions around the world. A model of industrial-era philanthropy, a few others round out the list. Tsar Nicholas II and the Romanov family controlled huge land and resources. Their holdings are estimated around $300 billion in today's terms. A fortune tied to land and state power, Jakob Fugger, a 16th century banker known as the richest banker in history. His wealth, tied to banking and mining, is often valued near $300 billion today. Merchant banking at scale, centuries before modern finance. Gold, empire, banking and industry. Different sources, similar scale of wealth. While today's billionaires fill headlines, historical fortunes remind us how vast private wealth has been across eras. From Mansa Musa to Augustus to Rockefeller, wealth shaped history. If you enjoyed this journey, like, subscribe and tell us which figure surprised you most. See you next time.